pants option. 2016 Escalade Rush pants. 1970s socks. Black shoes selected. Advance play. Ready.
Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right there. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Hug. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
They'll run with his second-year man from ASU, Kalen Balaj. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You ain't doing nothing.
Here's Rosen to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now, these two teams have met a total of 15 times starting back in 1997. Of course, remember, Baltimore was moved from Cleveland by owner Art Modell back in 1996, so they didn't have a team prior to that, but they met in 97, 15 times since then. The most recent meeting was back in 2017, a 40-0 rout by the Ravens over the Dolphins in October of that year. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
Sometimes luck is all you need. That was not even the intended receiver on that play.
Well, Johnny on the spot, though.
Yeah, and it turned into a big play for those guys on offense. They'll take it each and every time.
Kill.
Middle.
Switch.
Balaj. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Rosen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
All day, every day. All day, every day.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Jackson, option right. Pitches to Coleman. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
On second down, it's Coleman. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Here we go. Watch that in. Watch that in.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Balaj. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Kill. Hey, quarter. Check 50. Check 50.
They run it with Balaj. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Jackson, option right. He'll pitch it. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing is Jackson. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Get this. Mike 6.
And now it's Rosen looking. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Wormley able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Mike 6.
On 3rd down, Rosen.
Watch the screen.
Battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mike 6. I got one. Slam. Hug. Protein spill.
They'll run here with Balaj. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
He wasn't ready.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Ravens' 42-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Mike 180. Watch QB drop. Hug. Monday. Hey, check Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rosen. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Crunch time, defense.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. This from 54 yards away. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got Snead. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans, but then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. Eluding the pressure right.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Jackson going to throw again. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead. 40 yards as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Last time out they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Rosen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Now it's Rosen. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Switch!
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. This is away, and it's a high kick. Hit pretty well. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
No. Off. Check. Fresno.
And to give this time to the tailback. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Middle.
Hey, check Mike 6.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. It's Williams on the catch. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. To throw again on 2nd down. Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Monday.
We got double up.
Hurry.
Rosen to throw again. It's complete to Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
That's good for Dolphins.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Rosen looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, check Mike 6.
Don't let him breathe. Hey, alert.
Here's Rosen. And he's going to go down again. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, it's Rosen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's taken on the 25. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it.
And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Gates, the intended receiver there. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 46-yard line.
So we are at halftime. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position.
Entering pause screen, resume. Entering, cancel pop-up waiting for your peer to resume online game. Cancel.
They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down, Jackson finds his target. It's Gates. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Let's go.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his first NFL reception, goes for 6 as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now to add the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score, Ravens 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Rosen will throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Check safety, check safety.
Pug, Monday. Hey, check Mike 6. I'm on.
22 jet bomber.
Check 99.
Monday. Here we go. What do you got?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the twist.
Now Rosen. This is caught by Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 yards there and a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Get the ball.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 12 yards the pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Coming this way, here we go,
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's get that ball, D, let's get that ball.
Here's Rosen to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Hey, I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Rosen now off the bootleg. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
First down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Check 3. Check 3.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. And now it's Rosen looking. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Ravens on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing is Jackson. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Jackson on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab as the Ravens push further out in front. A close call here. Did the ball cross the plane? I don't know. From the naked eye, this was tough to tell.
Always difficult when there's such a tangle of bodies around. You're just trying to find the ball and make sure just a portion of it crossed the plane of the goal line.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On second and inches, Rosen rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down.
You got it.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Baltimore, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home
Post-game
next
report
week.
player stats. Finish game.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports.
Entering XP feedback screen, you have 27 options. Game day. Entering player upgrades screen, you have entering. Attention pop-up. Are you sure you want to auto-upgrade all players? No. Man to man. Zone. Run support. Charles Harris. Preston Williams. Physic. Slot. Route runner. Power pass coverage. Power rusher. Pass coverage. Speed rusher. Stephen Park, Julie, Xavier Crawford. Zone, slot. Chase, Julian Cav, Charles, Mike Gasitsky. Blocking. Possession. And, yes. Entering, attention pop-up for players were entering franchise hub screen things to do. Team adjust line. Members you have legend brick L P get red add tab sick flow ill donus frets sick rash top pop LROCC 77 is selected. And yes. Entering main menu screen Superstar X Factor Exhibition. Franchise Cloud. Entering Cloud franchise screen undefined. Load franchise is selected. Name of the league The Madden Rayup. Entering franchise hub screen things to do. Entering franchise hub screen things to do. Entering franchise hub screen things. Scout call. Start weekly train. Upgrade players. Entering player upgrades screen you have 3 options. Mic use is selected. Slot. Power rusher. Man to man. Entering franchise hub screen thing. Team members you have 32 Hit squad dog. JV_Reaper.